What's happening, party people? Welcome to my week in review. I started out in San Juan, Texas, did the headliner on Lemonade. Beautiful, use a suede material. I kind of have mixed feelings about it because it leaves a lot of fingerprint stuff like that, but it sure feels good when you touch it. We use a better quality headliner material and a different glue, and it turned out really nice. I still got to do some of the bits and edges on it, but hey, that's where I'm at. After that, we moseyed over to Houston, Texas, and start working with the guy here with several Volvos. We have a issue with a 240 that'll crank no start. It doesn't appear to be powering up the fuel pump properly, and maybe something else in the system. Man, we've tried a lot of stuff. It still crank no start. But if we jump the fuse box from a powered fuse 6 over to 4, fires right up every time. Not an ideal situation, so we like to get that fixed properly. Found out there's some stuff going on with the yellow one. It has a bad battery connection, bad fuel pump, bad PNP switch. Those issues have left him stranded a couple times, so that's been very frustrating. The red car is just kind of beat up a little bit, got a lot of cosmetic stuff need to be done. And the green wagon, the 2000, had a no crank situation that was puzzling. Worked on that for several hours. So we hope you enjoyed the videos. Still here in Houston for a few more days. And hey, just taking care of things as best I can. People are buying parts from me. I'm running back and forth to the junkyard. I need to go to the junkyard right now. Get a windshield for a 240 and a steering rack, a few other things. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a great day. Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert. That's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Well, folks, it is time to do it. Lemonade has had its last day of a sagging headliner and a sagging sun visor. Look at all this material sagging up here. Now, I'm switching to gray, but I don't have all my gray stuff with me, so I'm going to have to deal with that gray stuff later. But I'm not dealing with this sagging headliner another day, so let's get this stuff apart. I do think I have this trim, but I'm going to try to save this one. Let's go ahead and open the sunroof, and actually I'm going to remove the sunroof because I'm going to replace this material on here as well. It's got a stain or two on it, and I have some good material for it. Even though I don't have this the right color, but I might have to redo that. So let's do what we can and enjoy the day. Actually, I think I'm going to wait until I get the gray sun visor. I'm going to leave this one alone. But let me go ahead and redo this material while I'm filling up to it. And Mita is ready to get it done. That's it. Let's get cracking. Whoop, whoop. Couple of new tips to getting trim and stuff like that out of this 850 without breaking something. The trim that goes along here, I twisted it toward the roof. The bottom end and toward the roof, it popped right out. I'm getting this trim out without breaking it. And what I'm doing, I'm pinching it and I'm twisting it down and in. And so far, I got both sides, the front, out. Now I'm getting ready to do the back. So, I don't know. I'm pinch and roll it down and in to unlatch it to pull it out. That's what I'm doing. I'm pinching it and I'm rolling it and just unlatching. Just got this last little piece here. Get my fingers in here. that's it. Got the whole thing out without breaking it. Presto. Thank you. Here it is, folks. Fake suede material. That thing feels good. And it is ready to install. But as you can see, the night has fallen. Dusk has passed us by. So we're going to slide it in the car, secure it tomorrow. Time to get cracking. I am behind the power curve, probably about 2 hours. But let me go ahead and put this car together. Look like I forgot to cut this out here. So let me do that and start putting this thing back together so we can hit the road. Look at that nice thick foam. This thing is beautiful, beautiful. Everything is going together nice and slow. I had a S70 trim to put up here, so it matches pretty good. I'm gonna put this S70 dome up here. I think it's from a 98. Well, let me tell you guys something. I don't know if you see that dirt on there. Mita cleans everything with oil eater. I know some of you guys like Purple Power. Purple Power is harsh compared to this stuff. It gets stuff clean, it's not harsh, doesn't strip away color, nothing like that. This stuff is turned into our #1 cleaning solution, inside and out. So get you some. Go to their website if you don't know where to get it locally. Look at that thing. It's got all the scuffs, the scrapes. I got a little spot there I need to hit again. A little spot there I need to hit again. But man, this oil eater gets it done. Let me go ahead and get that off. I have a couple of things that I need to put in the cigarette lighter. So I had to get this adapter. So this is going to be the first trip with it. We're going from San Juan, Texas to Houston, Texas. And we'll tell you how it works. All 3 ports, 40 watts, look like they have an on and off switch. And I assume there's a fuse in here. So I'm gonna plug this in, plug my dash cam in, plug my radio transmitter in, and let you know how this works out for us. I just noticed it has a 2.4 amp USB here and a 1 amp USB there, which is below today's standards. And I got this here, and I got a high-speed USB there. So I'm going to leave it like this. I'm probably going to mount this in a way that it will be accessible like this here soon. I got USB there and USB there. I'm going to switch these two. Put the dash cam on the bottom and this one on top. Just want to let you all know that I decided to be the guinea pig on this contact cement to do the headliner here and Lemonade. So far it's holding up great. It does say it's new formulated, stronger than before. It does not have the word headliner on here, but the people that sold me the headliner material swears that all the people that come do headliners, they use this spray. Now I will say this, it did not go as far as the spray I normally get. And that spray is 14 ounces, so let me see what a normal can is. And that's why these cans are 18 ounces. I will say this, these are easier to spray to me than those was. I did not like this trigger thing. If I wasn't holding it just right, it wasn't spraying. So that's going to be the difference. I use 2 entire cans doing the headliner and the wagon. Usually I use about a can and a half of that stuff. Kicking off the Tinker Day, checking out this 2000 V70 XC. Battery is dead, but when we turn the key to run, the tach went all the way to 8,000. Not sure what that's about. Did you hear it click?
Yeah. Try again, Robert, and see if it goes back to 8.
Yeah, I think that starter's probably stuck. You have a multimeter handy? V70, I think it's a 2000 model. And looky there. It's a manual. Got an ugly shift knob, but hey, the rest of this stuff will be useful. So we're gonna pull this manual stuff if it seems to be okay. So we wanna see if it will stay in gear and shift in gear without pushing on the clutch. Get this radio out of the way. It's not a 901, so nobody wants that. So go to first, seems to be in first. Second, seems to be in second. Third, seems to go away in third. Fourth, all the way in fourth. Fifth, all the way in fifth. I don't think it's going in the reverse. That may be an issue. I think I got it to go in there, but I don't know if pushing on the clutch helped. Second, fourth. I don't know if it's going into reverse. Let's try to move the wheel, see what happens. Hadn't been here 10 minutes. I already know why this car is in the salvage yard. When you start doing this, the end is near. Had some rain blow through for about 30 minutes. Made everything nice and muddy, the way we like it. Closing time, 3:30. I don't know what time zone they're on, but we still got a couple parts to get. A hydraulic cable, master cylinder, and something else. I forgot what it is, but man, this pushing this barrel with this flat tire is super hard. We're on this green 99XC. We're going to replace a starter, so let's get going with that, and hopefully it starts. We did test the starter and it tested fine. Good morning, party people. Last night we ended the night after replacing the starter and still having a no crank situation. Ouch. The second most common problem for no starts is a PMP switch. Right now I'm gonna see if this battery's charged up enough to scan it with Vita. Let's get cracking. Didn't get no reading on my battery tester, so let me test it on my car, make sure it still works. Works like a champ. I'm gonna assume that that battery ain't no good. So we can't run a Vita test on it. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go with 660. I don't know what this battery's supposed to have. 67, 65. But again, I don't know what it's supposed to have, so I could be off because of that. We are back. Always a glass place at it. A U-Pull salvage yard. Here we are, folks, back at the V70. Get a few parts we couldn't get yesterday. Man, we got a lot more stuff from this vehicle. Let me get my buddy Danny. Man, that rear main seal was pretty dry. We got the clutch pedal. We got the hinges for the hood. We got the rocker panels. He said he's going to retrofit those on a 240. The master cylinder. Dash pad with airbag. Not sure if they sell airbags. Corner pieces from these back seats. One of mine's busted. Some of the latches for the lower part back seat. The release for the back seat. And I'm about to take these child seat pieces that bolt the child seats to the back of the seat so you can secure those properly in the car. So let me get those, and I'm gonna get this piece here too, because ours is broken, and eliminate that part right there. We are loaded up, ready to head to the next junkyard after a lunch break. Back for it, round 2, Nella Salvage Yard. S60R at the U Pull and Pay Yard. Somebody did it right. No K24, no big brake kits. I still got the steering wheel, a couple things on the inside, but the dash is destroyed, so that doesn't matter. And this should be gone. Oh, still got the R on there. That's surprising. Here it is, folks. The 240 main fuel pump harness from 8193. We're about to hook this up. Pull up the back seat, wire this through the floor, plug it into the pump, and go racing. 240 non-turbo, I don't think we'll be doing any racing, but will it be running good? My buddy Adrian here wants me to upgrade the lights. He's got some LED lights for the license plate holder, and look how cruddy those things are. The seals are gone. The things look horrible. I'm gonna take those and spruce those up, but in the meantime we're gonna put some LED bulbs in there, and I'll do a before and after video later. But these are the bulbs that's in there. Heck, I don't even know if both of these bulbs are even good. That one's rusted out. Jeez Louise. So let me wipe that out and put the new bulbs in there. You could test them before you close them up. So let me go put the switch on parking lights and come back and look.
No, I don't think it matters.
I think so. Some of them do. Or is that the...
Oh, there you go.
Yep. Reverse polarity. Boom.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna get no ticket now. Put a couple of bulbs in the dome light. I also got some for the handles. I'll put those in later. But for now, we're gonna get to work on this 240. A lot of people battle with getting the seats out of a 240. And what you have is this catch right here. The bar is under there. So you have to push the seat down on this edge and then push it back and then lift it up so that it comes out of that channel right there. That's kind of like right in between your legs if you're sitting down. You got one on both sides, and then this back here, the bar hooks in that. After you get the front up, you push the seat toward the back of the car to get the bar under that, and you lift it up. So here's the bar on the back, and here's the bars on the front. So again, you push it down and back and then lift it up. It's hard, but that's how it goes. Getting ready to replace this harness going to the fuel pump. It goes through this spot here on the floor. So you unplug the harness here, you got it ground there, and you run it down to the fuel pump. A lot of times this decays and it doesn't carry your current good to your pump, so you have to replace it. So if you want to use this connector, you got to release it. You put something small down there, push on that tab, and then pull the wire out. That way you could use this casing, or you need to buy one of those. Then on this end, you just put a ring on there and ground it. So we're going to pull that up, put a ground lead on it, attach that. We're going to run the pink wire, which is power, to this yellow one. But we're going to push it up through the floor first. So let me disconnect this, pull it down through the floor, push this up through the floor, make sure our bubble gum is good, and then connect it to the pump down there. They just plug into the pump. We got the ground on it, power plugged in. It's plugged in under the pump, down there hanging. And we're gonna see if it'll fire up. We got a jump box on it. This is the key, the magic key. Not enough power or something. We don't have a crank.
Try one more time.
All right. Is your jump box charged up? We ain't getting no crank. Got my boost box on it. Let's try it again.
Try the jumper.
Well, folks, the 240 did not start. It's not getting power back there to the fuel pump harness, so we're gonna have to troubleshoot that tomorrow and get this thing cracking. Folks, we got a Robert Wonderland here. I don't know about this one. This 240 is not getting power to the fuel pumps. May have an ECU problem, may have some other issue that when the car is cranking, it's not sending the signal to the computer so that the computer can send signal to the fuel pump relay that will send power over to the fuse box and then back to the pump. It's just not doing it. We're not sure why. Got to figure that out. So this 240 is not running properly. I don't know if it has an intake pump or not. It's a 90 model. It does have the regular fuel injection system, not Regina. So got to figure out what's going on with that. I think this red car is fine. Starts, runs, drives fine. Want to do a manual swap on it soon. The yellow car is having an intermittent no start, no run situation. We think the fuel pump's just old and busted on that. This one here is having a no crank issue. Not even cranking, not even trying to crank. We don't know what's going on with that, so we got to figure that out. And of course, my car runs great. So anyway, we're going to do what we can to get these 3 cars running properly. First thing I'm going to do is take this battery out, put it on the charger. It's a few years old, but it's pretty much dead. H6, 700 cranking amps probably. And I'm going to put this on the new Noco charger we just got in last night. Ordered that thing about 4 o'clock last night. It was here at 8. 4-hour delivery through Amazon. So let's get cracking. Going to kick off the Tinker Day with 2 of my favorite tools. My Top Don battery tester. I'm going to test this battery that was in this 240. It's an H6 battery. I'm going to assume it's 700 cranking amps because it didn't have a good deal on it. 5.22 volts. Power too low. Retest after charging. Another one of my favorite tools is this Noco Genius 5 battery charger. So we're going to put this charger on this battery and check it every hour for its charging state. It's about 10 o'clock right now. So we'll see what state this battery is in soon. I'll put it on 12 volt mode. Doesn't seem like it's charging yet, but oh, there it is. Starting to get a pulsating light there. We'll check this thing every hour. See when it gets up to 12.5 volts. Went and got a brand new battery, Extreme, from O'Reilly's. We'll test it. See what the voltage is on it. Ugh. It should be 12.5, brand new battery. 730 cold cranking amps. 12.57. Doot, 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 doot. 92 and 95%. 702 cold cranking amps. We are doing good. Let me go ahead and find the key to that green V70XC and put this battery in there and see if I get it to crank. Picked up a PNP switch I'm gonna replace on this car. It has no reverse lights when the car is in run and the shifter is in reverse, and it's also have a no crank situation. We replaced the starter thinking that was it, but still no crank. After an hour of being on the charger, we're up to 8.5. So we restarted our clock another hour. We'll check it again. Well, nothing's going easy on this car. I started to unscrew the transmission line because it's pretty much got a kink in it, and the bolt in the pan started turning. So I need to get a hold tool on that to try to unscrew this thing. So I'm waiting on my tools to come back from the store. Next up, as part of making this a better place, I'm going to get rid of these fuses and put in these. Scandex makes this. We're going to unscrew it. This one has Torx 25. You got a screw there. We're going to pull it out and then carefully transfer the wires over, checking the connectors on each one as we transfer them over, and get this installed. I pulled the trim a little bit away from the corner there. It just pulls out. It comes all up here behind the dash, so it's really not convenient to take this off. I took that T25 out there, took the T25 out there. Now this stuff has been in here for 100 years or 40 years, so you gotta kind of unstick it from the insulation. Just stuck there, just from being pressed together. Nothing in particular. All right, now that it's loose. Oh man, gotta try to work it down. This is a zip tie, looks like, in here. So I'm probably gonna cut that zip tie. Those wires are probably formed the way they need to be now. The zip tie that needs to be in there. But I'm going to try to lift this out of here. The important thing is you don't get these wires mixed up. You use the most proper amp fuses and you swap this over. I don't know how important this is here, but I imagine a lot of people probably just cut this away and pull this out because it's definitely in the way. It's probably best if you film this thing before you start taking these wires loose, because while you're moving this around, they pop off. And if you don't know where they went, you'll be in bad shape. So I was starting on the bottom, but I switched to the top because of the stress and moving the wires around. And now I'm halfway between both and trying not to get it mixed up. Had a couple of these connectors broken like this, so spliced on a new end, attach them. It's kind of difficult patching all these in. You gotta be careful you don't get them mixed up, because a couple of those back ones popped off while I was working on the other one. So anyway, I got it all done. Got to put this one over in that green spot there, put the fuses back in. I knocked most of the fuses out messing with this, and then we're gonna put the battery in and see if this thing will go. I think I got a ground wire to hook up to. Happened to that ground wire? Oh, I gotta find that ground wire that was screwed in there. Maybe it was a zip tie, not a ground wire. Interesting. We got the fuse panel back together. We did notice one thing. The relay thing, number 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It had a large power line going to this side, but there's no wire hooked up to this other side. So it kind of is like a feature not added to the car. There was a couple other things that had one wire going to them, but when I checked the fuse panel lid, those were features that were not equipped to this vehicle. So that makes me think something weird is going on here. And as far as those things stick out, that fuse panel cover does cover it whenever I find it. Anyway, we're going to drop a battery in here and see if this car starts. So over here, I cut this piece of plastic. You could re-epoxy that or just leave it like that. Doesn't hurt anything. Dropped the jump box on this yellow sedan, fired it up. It idled for about 10 minutes, and then it just stumbled to a stop. Like poof, like it ran out of gas. And we put a jump box back on it, it wouldn't restart. Had fuel pressure at the rail, but we did notice that positive battery terminal was so hot when I tested, it burnt my fingertip. My fingertips numb. So we're going to replace that battery post in and go from there, get a good battery in it, and see if that'll keep it running. We jumped the fuel pump relay socket from 30 to 87.2. We can hear the fuel pump running. The car cranks, but it doesn't start. We got the fuel pump relay socket jumped. We got the fuel pump running. We checked for spark. We have spark. Go ahead and push on the gas. We're going to mess with the accelerator pedal, see if that'll help us. Floor it and then try to start it. Alright, there you go. Crank, no start. Sounds like fuel is flowing through here. But when I pulled a spark plug out and cranked it, no fuel pumped out of the spark plug hole. So I don't know if it's supposed to sound like this with the fuel pump running or not. If you have a P80 car and you need to verify your computer, what type of computer you have in there, the ECU number, you want to open the hood and you have to access the computers under this box. I normally take a long flat tip screwdriver and pry this clip up over here. There's a clip here. You could pull this tube off of here. Then it has a clip here. You pry these clips up, you can access this box. It's easier to do it with two hands. Since I'm filming, two hands not an option. Hold that phone for me. Now these are your two computers. This one that says AZN is your transmission computer. Has a series of numbers here and these two big numbers here. This is your engine computer. It says Bosch. It manages your engine and it's got a couple numbers here. You want to see what these numbers are here. That looks like 7.2. So to pull this ECU, you simply pull this back and then pull this up. It's removed. To put it back, you align the slots front and back. You push it all the way down in there and you push that back. It locks it back in place. So you want to know what these two numbers are here. You usually can see them. Not sure why this one's faded out and dirty. We are about to replace this battery and that post. Man, that thing gets really hot. Looks like it's got the clamp on there. We're going to have to release that clamp so we can have some slack on it. Because all the slack is under the clamp. Yay! Replace that terminal in, gold plated. Get the battery clip on. New fuel pump relay. We're going to let it idle a while. See if it stumbles and dies. So we're about to check the temperature of this positive cable. Car's still doing some surging. Get closer. Get about 8 inches away. See how cold that is? Yeah. Check that one now. The ground one. Same. Yeah, see, that's what they're supposed to be. They ain't supposed to be no 150, 180 degrees. All right, let me take it around this block. Unless we get some great revelation support from Facebook or somewhere, we're clocking out for the night. If you made it this far, I trust that you found some information that was either useful or entertaining, so go ahead and hit the like button. And if you would like notification of future videos that I post, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support. You can follow me on other social media apps by looking for @RobertDIY. Some form of that should bring up the other channels that I have on places like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and so forth. If for some reason you need some more personal help, go to my website at robertdiy.com and use the phone number that I have posted there to send me a text message, or you can email me. If you have questions or comments, please make a comment below. And if you'd like to make some kind of financial contribution to what I got going on here, go to my channel and hit the more link at the end of the introduction statement, and it'll show you different ways that you can support me financially. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.